Hi there, Mason. I hope you're having a great week. This is your video lesson for today. Two things I want to talk about. If you have any questions at the end, feel free to have your mom or dad shoot me over a message, and I'll be more than happy to answer. So cool, let's get to it. So first thing is A minor pentatonic. We've been going through A minor pentatonic in this position right here. Okay, that's 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. You know that one already. If we haven't talked about it already, there are 5 pentatonic boxes that are across the neck. A box being kind of like one position like this right here. So there's one box that you already know, which starts at the 5th fret. So this one here, obviously, right? And then you have other boxes that kind of join together across the fretboard. And you have 5 of them because in pentatonic scale there's 5 notes, therefore there are 5 starting points. Each one links together where one ends, the other one begins. So you did box 1 right here, the first one that I teach, which is the one at the 5th fret. Box 2 starts here, and I've tabbed it out for you here on the handout. 5, 8. That 8 right there is the end of box 1 and the beginning of box 2. So that when there begins, box 2 begins here on the 8, so 8, 10. And then since 5, 7 right here, when you do that scale right here, and that 7, that's where the next string starts with box 2. So you have 8, 10, then you have 7, 10. Now you can use either your ring finger to fret these long stretches, or you can use your pinky. Either one is fine with me. I'm interchangeable with them depending on the situation. I might use like the ring finger if I'm trying to do like a quick change through strings, or rather the pinky if I'm doing a quick change through strings. So like I said before, there are 5 pentatonic boxes. They all link together like Lego pieces, right? Where one ends, the other one begins, and there's like a spot where they both kind of join up. So in this case right here, that 5, 8, that 8 is where the other one begins. So 5, 8, and then you have 8, 10 right here. And if you go in the box 1 again, 5, 7, that 7 is where the other one begins, right? You have 5, 7 again for box 1, and then where box 2 is 7, 10, right? So that's how that works. So 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10. Now, don't worry about doing sequences right now. The first thing you want to do is just be able to memorize that. So you should be able to play through without making too many mistakes, right? The spot that I would practice with this, 2 things I would practice when doing this scale, or this box, is I would practice the switch between strings 2 and 3. Sometimes that can be a little funky for students because you have to scoot your hand in a little bit and grab that 8, 10. So 7, 9, 8, 10. Right? So I would practice that. The second thing I would practice, if that's a word, is the big stretches. Work my grammar. We have 8, 10, all done in one take. So we have 7, 10 right here. So I practice both with the pinky, doing that stretch. Remember, keep that hand turned to the side. That way it'll make that reach a whole lot easier. Or you can do, with the stretch here, 1, 3, your first finger, ring finger. Right, I would practice both those things. Once you get that under your fingers, then we'll start doing the sequence patterns with it, and slides and hammer-ons, our usual business. And then we just rinse and repeat going up the neck. Right? So that's how that works. All right, number 2 is continuation of the Black Sabbath tune Iron Man. I think last time I gave you the tricky part of that being that slide and making sure you don't lose time in there and not pressing too hard when you're doing that part. A lot of times students will drag and it'll slow them down, making sure you have a light touch. I don't know why people teach that as like a first day song. It's not like, I mean, it's not like super hard, like in the grand scheme of things. Like there are harder things out there. There are definitely Megadeth riffs that are much harder than that, or Pantera riffs that are much harder than that. But it's definitely one I wouldn't give a student on the first day, that's for sure. So it's a nice like level 2 song. Anyway, so what we're gonna do this week is give you the second part of the song, the interlude riff. That's this. So what we need to do here is turn on the proper tone for this. So use that super distorted, but I'm gonna turn on my distortion pedal over here. Right? So we got that distortion pedal on. If your amp has a distortion or overdrive, now is the time to engage that. So turn that overdrive setting on your amp. It'll sound much cooler if you do it. It's not a jazz tune, so you don't want a clean tone on this one. All right, so we have first part right here. I've tabbed out for you. At the bottom, I'll play through it nice and slow. To play the first part twice, right? But we're just gonna worry about just where the finger placements are now. 7/7 with your ring finger on the 6th string. 7/7, 5/7, 6/5/5/5 is kind of like the first idea. So you think of that, and you'll even mark that here. That's kind of like your first idea, like your first phrase. Right, there's that first little bit right there. And then he goes 0, 4, 5, 5, 6. The way I finger that right there is 0, open, right, obviously. 4 with the first finger, and then scooch up with my first finger here to the 5, 5. So 0, 4, 5, 5. Grab 6 with my middle finger right here, and then that puts you right back in position again to grab that 7 on the 6th string, so that I'm not doing anything weird funky fingering in here. So 0, 4, 5, 5, 6 with those fingers one more time. 0, 4, 5, 5, 6. So he plays that twice, which I just did right there. And then at the very end of that, there's a tail. He does a little fragmentation of the first part of the melody, basically fragmented, right? Broken into pieces, what he did. 7, 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 5, 5, right? He's basically just playing that first phrase, but he doesn't play the second phrase on there, so that he leaves out the 0, 4, 5, 5, 6. All together sounds like this. Those two parts of the song. There's a third and I think a fourth part of the song, but we'll look at that when we get there. Cool, man. Like I said, if you have any questions, have your mom or dad shoot me over a message, and I'll be more than happy to do my best to answer. If not, I will see you same time next week. Take care.